Hello, class. Today we're doing Green P3.5. We're doing even numbers. It says to divide, and so here we shall begin with number 2. When we have a decimal point in our dividend and decimal in our divisor determines how many places our decimal point is moved. So our divisor, we move the decimal point until our divisor is a whole number. We move the decimal point one place to the right. So we move the decimal point one place to the right in our dividend. Okay? And then we will begin to divide. We will ask how many 64s are in 435. Okay? So we would first cover our 5, cover our 4 to get an idea that there are approximately 6. How many 6s are in 43? Approximately 7. So we would test our theory. 64 times 7, that would be a 28. 42, 43, 44. That is too much. So let's do a 6. 6 times 4 is 24, and 6 times 6 is 36, plus 2 is 38. So 6 would be the digit that we will use. 384, we subtract, that's 1. Pencil lead. 4. Okay, 5 take away 4 is 1. We need to borrow, make this 13. That's a 3. 13 take away 8 is 5. Bring down 2. So we know that 7 times 64 is 448. Let's try 8. 64 times 8. That is 32. That is 48, 49, 50, 51. And there we are. 8. 8 times 64 is 512. When we subtract, our problem is over. Let's look at number 4. Number 4 asks that we divide 9 and 2400ths divided by 15. Give myself some space here. 924 divided by 15 and 4/10. So we need to move the decimal point one place. We move it, and there it is. Okay, so 154 cannot be divided into 92. So how many 154s are in 924? So let's cover the 4, that's 92. Let's cover this 4, that's 15. So we're thinking about approximately how many 15s, or if we round to 20, are in 92. So we say maybe 5. So that's where we will start. 15 times 5 is 25. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 75. Let's get a little higher. 15. Let's go to 7. That's 35. That's 7. That's 105. Too much. So let's try 6. 15 times 6. That's 30. 6. That's 90. Okay? So it's 6. So, oh, I'm so sorry. It should be 154. Let's go back. Okay, let's begin. We have 9 and 2400ths divided by 15 and 4/10. So if we move the decimal point, we move the decimal point. How many 154s are 924? If we guesstimate about 6. So 154 times 6, that gives us 24. That gives us 32. That's 6 plus 3 is 9. That gives us 924. Okay, and so our problem is over. All right, let's look at number 6. On number 6, it says Okay, divided by, all right. Okay, so now let's move our decimal. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How many threes are in 15? 5. 5 times 3 is 15. We subtract, and our problem is over. Let's look at number 8. On number 8, it asks, without finding the quotient, complete the statement. All right, here, if we have 10 and 68 hundredths divided by 89 hundredths, we would need to do this: 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so the 89 divided into 1068, and this is 1068 divided by 89. They are equal. Okay, let's look at number 10. A plane travels 1,020 miles from New York City to Minneapolis in 3 3/10 hours. The return trip is 2 7,500 hours. How many times faster is the return trip? Since we're comparing time, it's faster, and we are looking at our 2 7,500ths and 3 3/10. So if we want to know how many times one is faster than the other, then we need to divide our larger time by our smaller time. Okay, so now let's move our decimal point 2 places, 1, 2, and here 1, 2. Decimal point is here. We need to add a 0 and place our decimal point there. So how many 275s are in 330? 1, 275. Subtract. This is 10. This is 2. 10 minus 5 is 5. We borrow here, right here. 12 minus 5 is 5. We need to add a 0, bring it down. How many 275s are in 550? That's going to be 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. And 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. When we subtract, our problem is over. So it is 1 2/10 times faster. Okay? Now, it says, how fast is the plane flying in miles per hour during the return trip? So here's a return trip. It takes 2 7/5 hours to cover 1,020 miles. So how fast is the plane flying in miles? So if we take the miles and divide it by the time, then we move our decimal point, 1, 2. We're here, 1, 2, 0, 0. Add our decimal point. All right, and then we start here. 275, not 1, not 10, not 100, 1,020. So that's going to be approximately 3. Let's take a look over here. Let's take a look. 275 times 3. This is 15, 21, 22. That's 6, 7, 8. That's 825. What about 4? 275 times 4. That's 20. That's 28, 29, 30. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11. So 3 it is here. 825, subtract. That's 10. That's 1. That's a 5. They make this a 9, make that 11, another 2. It's 9. And 9 take away 1 is 1. Bring down the 0. Now we have 1,950. So if we cover here, let's cover 2 digits. It's 19. 2 digits, okay, should be 9. Let's try it. 275 times 9. Yeah, educated guess. That's 45. That's 63, 67. That's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It was 24. Too much. Let's try 8. It's 40. That is 8 times 7 is 56, 59. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Ooh, let's break it down a little further. Getting close. 275 times 7. 7 times 5 will give us 35. 49, 50, 51, 52. It's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 1925 with a 7 here. 1925. Subtract. That's a 10. This is a 4. This is a 2. Bring down our 0. That's 250. That's a 1. Not even a 1. It's a 0. 2. That's 0. 250 again. A 0. Bring it down. So now 9. 9 is 2, 4, 7, 5. Subtract. 10. 9. That's 4. So that's 5. That's 2. That's 0. So when it goes to 250, again, if we add another 0, we have the same thing. So this 9, because we're dealing in miles, whole miles, this 9 will tell this 0 to go up 1. Kind of messy, but our answer is 371 miles. Okay, see you in the morning.